Hi all, this is Venkata Krishna from Chris Software Solutions. In this video we are going to discuss about the power of XPath, how to locate the elements. With the using XPath, you can able to locate any element. Coming to the Selenium part, locating the element is the heart of Selenium. If you know how to locate the particular element or any element, then with Selenium you can play with Selenium like anything. So that is the reason I am doing this video, to make you all understand the power of XPath, how to locate any element which you are getting in your applications and all. I am going to cover from beginner to the advanced level in the XPath. After this video you can able to locate any element on any application. There is no doubt about it. Right, fine. Before going to discuss about the XPath, I want to cover what is HTML, what is tag name, what is attribute, and how the tag names and elements, what is parent, what is child, all I want to cover in the beginning, and then let me enter into the XPath. Let me open any application. Let me open any application. For example, Google is there. I want to see the HTML of this application. Just right click on it, inspect it. Okay, inspect. We no need of any other tool to get this inspect. In Chrome browser you will get it, this inspect option. See, I inspected this one. Here input is there. This is a tag name. Class is there. Class is a attribute, and this value is a attribute value. Max length is a attribute and its value is this one. Name is the attribute name, its value is Q. Type is the attributes, its value is text. So what is the inputs parent? This div? No, both are in same level. Inputs parent is style. Styles parent is what? Div. This div parent is again this div. Again this parent is div. Again this div's parent is what? Style? No, because both are in same level. Same level, you can see here. This div's parent is this div. So in the HTML is the root tag. Root tag means it is the main tag or high level tag which is parent to all other tags. So HTML is the root tag, and these all are subtags or childs in the HTML. But so coming to this particular page, HTML is the root tag, T-head is there, T-body is there, under that style tags are there. You can see similarly Google search is there. See here, input is the tag name, class is the attribute and its value, value is the attribute and its value, area label is the attribute and its value is there. Similarly you can search with advertisement is there. See here, what is the tag name here? A is the tag name, it is the anchor tag, and its class is the attribute and its value, href is the attribute and its value. Like this way you need to work on it. Okay, similarly I want to locate this sign on. Okay, so this is the one. What is the tag name here? A is the tag name, href is the attribute and its value. You are getting text at the ending before of the tag ending. This we are calling as a link text. This we are calling as a link text. We can call it as a link text. You can call it as a link text. Similarly, contact I want to identify. See here, A is the anchor tag and href is the attribute and its value. Contact, before closing of the tag we are having some text, that is a link text. So this text, whatever the contact is there, this is a link text. Okay, fine. Similarly, I want to locate this username. How you can understand the HTML first? What is the tag name here? Input is the tag name. Type is type attribute value is text. Name attribute value is username, and its parent is this td. This td's parent is tr. This tr's parent is tbody. Tbody's parent is table. Okay, so similarly ttable's child is tbody. Tbody is having here in this case two childs are there. In the second child, first child is td and another child is td. In this std we are having another child of tag name input. Like this way you need to understand the HTML beginning. Okay, I hope you understand the HTML. What is tag name, what is attribute value, what is attribute, and what is link text, what is parent, what is child. I hope you understand all these things very well. Next we are going to see about the, now let me enter into the XPath part. So there are two types of XPaths are there, absolute XPath and relative XPath. Absolute XPath talks about from root level parent, I mean root level I already told you, HTML. From HTML to your specific element, all the hierarchy we need to write. So it will become a very long one, that is one disadvantage. And second one, from root level parent to the specific element, all the hierarchy you are writing, it leads to fails sometimes when hierarchy changes. Some other child added in the middle, then this hierarchy will get fail. So that is the reason absolute XPath most of the times we cannot write. We should not write, because it may be fail whenever any hierarchy changes, and it is also very long one. So that is about the absolute XPath. In real time and all we are using relative XPath only. Absolute XPath, from traversing from parent to child, we will use single slash for the direct child, or if it is a indirect child we can use the double slash. Double slash for the indirect child, single slash for the direct child in the XPath. Don't confuse here, I am going to show you practically how XPath is going to work. Let me enter into the learning the XPath now. So, and before going to that, see here, these are all the 13 syntaxes we are having in XPath. If you know these 13, you can able to locate any element on any application. That is sure, no doubt about it. If you know how to learn, if you know how to work with these 13, you can locate any element on any application. So carefully understand these 13. Okay, fine. The first one, what is the syntax? The tag name, attribute equal to value. This is the first syntax. Let me try to write. Let me open any sample application. Okay, google.com is there. I want to identify this text field. Just click on inspect. Okay, click on, so this is the this text field's element. Input is the tag name, and the name attribute is there. I want to write. So to verify whether your XPath is working or not, just to open the Chrome, inspect it, and just click on Control F. Just click on what? Control F. Okay, what you need to do, just inspect it, and you need to enter Control F. Here text field is going to show you. Here you can validate your XPath, whether it is working or not. You can validate here. So I want to write for this text field. What is the tag name? Input. What is the attribute name? Name. Its value is Q. What is our first syntax? Tag name, attribute equal to value. Okay. Tag name is what? Input is the tag name. And one more thing, each and every attribute whatever you are using in the XPath, before the attribute you need to give @ in the XPath syntax. Okay, so you have to use XPath in the @ in the syntax for each and every attribute. The name equal to its value is Q. See here, one only showing here. It means that this is identifying successfully. When you enter here, this field is highlighting also. So like this way, why you are giving, try to understand the syntax. Why you are giving double slash? Since it is not a absolute XPath, it is a relative XPath. So you are directly targeting the specific element. You are not coming from parent to child. So when you need to go for parent to child, if child element itself is not locating uniquely, then we need to take help of its parent. Otherwise you don't need its parent. When specific element is not identifying uniquely, then we need to take help of its parent or its ancestor. Okay, fine. So this is about the first syntax. Similarly, I want to locate this Google search. This is the Google search. Okay, or I want to identify the let me go to the some other page. I want to identify this username. This is username field. What is the tag name we are having? Input is the tag name. Name attribute is there. What is the name attribute? What I told you, just control F. In the Mac, command F. So double slash, tag name is input. What attribute we are using? At the rate name attribute we are using. In the single quotes, you need to give the attribute value. See, 1 of 1. Username is identifying successfully. Similarly, let me try to identify the password field also. This is the password field, and what is the name? Password is there. Try to locate this element. Double slash input, again double slash input. For the password field, what attribute is there? Just right click on it, inspect password. Its value, name attribute's value is at the rate name equal to single quotes. You need to give the value. That's it. 1 of 1. Password fields also identifying successfully. Like this way, you need to work with the first syntax. This is the first syntax. See, every attribute before you need to give the at the rate. Let me go to the second syntax and we will see. I want to identify this Google text. See here, this Google text I want to identify. So what is the Google search here? Name is there, right? Here its name is BTNK is there. Okay, let me try to use the name BTNK. How many I am getting here? 1 of 2. It means that two Google searches are there somewhere. But what is our element? It is 2 of 2 is ours. In these cases, you can use the indexing also. In this syntax, you can use the indexing. See, now 1 of 1 only showing here. Your Google search is identifying successfully. So in this case, you can use the indexing. Whenever more than one element is there, to locate the particular element, we can use the indexing. That is our second syntax. Coming back to the third syntax, using the multiple attributes to identify the particular element. So now this username is there. I want to, if one attribute it is not working, I want to use multiple attributes to locate that particular element. So one is, another is type is password is there. I want to use another attribute also to locate the particular element. At the rate type equal to password. See, 1 of 1 it is showing here, and it is able to locate the particular element. Like this way, you can use multiple attributes also to locate the particular element. And also, any one attribute is fine for me. In that case, or also you can use. In that case, or operator also you can use. Or you need multiple attributes, then and operator also you can use. These are all the next fourth syntax and fifth syntax. You can use or operator and you can use and operator also. Because any one attribute is fine for you, then we can use the or operator. Or you need both the attributes to identify the particular element, then you can use the and operator. Next, sixth syntax, we are traversing from parent to child. I told you single slash is for direct child, double slash is for indirect child. Indirect child we can use the double slash. I will explain you what is single slash and direct slash. In this case, let me take a particular element here. Sign on is there. See, sign on, what is the tag name here? Anchor tag is there. Okay, anchor tag is there, and any other attributes, href attribute is there, its value is this one. Sign on is here. What is sign on? Sign on is link text. Before ending the tag, some text is there, that is the link text. that is a link text. We can use that also. Now my requirement is I want to identify this link using its parent. Using its parent, I want to locate this particular link. Let me try this. Class name is what, and what is the tag name? TD is a tag name here. Okay, TD class is mouse out is there. Let me see. TD @ class is the attribute, right? @ equal to mouse out. I am able to locate /a. /a, how many are there? How many links are there here? But try to understand here. I have written till this point it is my parent. I have given single slash. Single slash is for my direct child. A anchor tag. How many anchor tags are there? 1 or 4 are there. What are all those? See here, 1 of 4. Register, support, contact. So 4 links are there. Can I give A of 1 here? No. So in this syntax, I need to give here anchor tags of 1. See here, my first one is working fine. By using the indexing, you can use here. But do we have given here any this link related attributes here? No. We are traversing from parent to child. This is my parent, this TD is my parent, and its child is my link. Okay. So like this way, single slash we can use here. Single slash for direct child. And also same syntax will work for double slash also, because double slash for either direct or indirect, both will work with double slash. But recommended is, if it is a direct one, use single slash. If it is a indirect child, use the double slash. For example, in this case only, I want to use my direct indirect one. This TD I am using, but I want to traverse from my table. This table I want to use here. Okay, this table I want to use here. This table is its direct parent? No. This TD's direct parent is tbody and tbody's parent is table. So it is not direct parent. So I need to use the double slash table. Okay, now also it is working fine, see here. But if we will give single slash here, is it going to work? No. Why it is not working? Because this TD is not the direct child for table. It is an indirect child. In the middle, tbody is there. That is the reason I am giving double slash. When if it is not a direct child, you need to give the double slash. Okay. So like that, how you can work with the single slash and double slash and all. Okay. Similarly, here home is there. I want to identify this home. Any attributes are there here? A is there. No attributes are there here. Only link text is there. Only link text is there. How to identify using link text? See the syntaxes. You can identify using link text by using the 11th syntax. Do I have given @ before text? No, because text is not a attribute. Text is not a attribute. That is the reason we are not giving @ before the text. So how we can identify? See here. This home I want to identify. How you need to write it? Home is a link text here. A text equal to home. Like this way you need to write. It is a link text. Okay. Text before text you should not give the @. Fine. I want to similarly identify the register. Register is having any other attribute? No. Only link text is there. Similarly, the text equal to register. I am able to identify the register here. Okay. Like this way, business travel, some link is there. I want to identify this one. See here. Oh, business, and after that space is there, travel, about.com is there. But my requirement is, I want to identify this only by using business. I don't want to give entire thing. See, this entire string is there. this entire string is there, but I want to identify, for example, only by using this one, this text. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. For that we need to use the other syntax, starts with syntax, or ends with we don't have in here, but we can use the starts with or contains. I'm going to use now contains syntax. See here how we can write the contains syntax. What is the tag name? Tag name is a contains. What is the tag name? Link text. It is a link text. Text travel.com close. See, one of one. Do we have given complete text here? No, this is our complete text, business travel about.com, but I have given only partial text of the link text. That we can use contains here. By using contains syntax, you can locate any element. Part of the link text you can use to locate any element. Mainly it is used for some cases, so many lines of text will be there. We don't want to use the entire text, we want to use partial text in it. Then we can use the contains syntax. Okay, fine. Similarly, I want to use starts with syntax. In this case only, but I want to use the only business I want to use. Let me try with business, it is working or not. So same syntax, I am going to give business, but I am changing it to starts with. See, it is working fine. Only one link, starts with. Starts with means starting of the link text we need to give there, or starting of the any attribute text we need to give there. Starts with not only for link text, any attribute we can use it. If you don't want to give your complete link text or complete attribute name, attribute value, then you can use the starts with. Okay, you don't want to give the complete attribute value, then you can use the starts with. Starts with, you need to give the beginning of the text. And also in real time, sometimes after starting text, the remaining rest of the text is changing continuously in the runtime. We cannot identify using that text. Then also we can use the starts with. Okay, fine. Similarly, we completed with the starts with and contains. This one and 11th one is also text we have used. The 10th one is very important for us. 10th one is very important for us. 10th one is talks about reverse traversing. I want to traverse. I want to go from my child to my parent. In the Google and all, you may get precedings and siblings. Preceding siblings and all, you are going to get it in the XPath. But in my point of view, you don't need all those preceding siblings syntaxes and all. By using this 10th syntax, you can traverse from your child to your parent. From your child to your parent, easily you can traverse by using this syntax. How we can able to traverse, we can see here. For example, I want to identify my username using my password. My syntax is, I have my password. Okay, I have my password. I want to identify my username using my password. How we can do that? I want to locate my username using password. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible with 10th syntax. Let me try that. I am trying to locate my password. See here, this is my password. Name attribute is there. I am using the name. What is the tag name? Tag name is input @ name equal to password. So okay, one of one. Okay, we are able to identify the password. But my requirement is what? I want to locate my username using password. How you can do that? So now I want to traverse to my parent, and its parent is tr. okay, and its parent is tr. Tr's parent is, let me see here. Okay, so for now this parent, this parent is this td, td parent is tr. Let me write here slash double dot slash, then control goes to where? Its parent. Again one more level. Dot dot slash will goes to the one more level of parent. Okay, so now two levels we are going up. This is one level and this is two level. Next, what is its tr's parent? T body. So we are traversing one more level. You can see here one of one. Now where we are? This T body we are. See, can you understand here? We are traversing from child to parent. We are not using any preceding syntax. We are not using any sibling syntax. We don't need all those syntaxes with this syntax. It is very, very important. Now we are at the T body. Now I need to traverse to the where? Now I need to traverse to first this tr. It is tr of 2, and in this I need to traverse to td of 2 slash input. You got my point? See, I did not use any of the attributes of the pass username. I did not use any locators of the username, but I am able to locate the element. See, I am able to get the username because I identified this password. I went to its parents and I reverse traversed to again username. This is very, very important syntax. Okay. Similarly, this sign in is there. Okay, sign on is there. Okay, fine. I want to, with the help of sign on, I want to identify register. I want to identify register. How we can do that? First, let me identify the sign on. What is the sign on's link text, right? It is a link text. Text we should not give at the rate. It is a link text sign on. We are able to identify. What is its parent? Where is my register? Is here. I want to go its parent. Slash dot dot slash slash dot dot. Oh, sorry. I want to go its parent. Now its parent I am having. Now again I want to go its parent. Now I am at the tr. I am at the tr. Now I want to come to this td. This td is having this anchor link. Now I want to come to the td. This is td of 1. This is td of 2. td of 2 slash a. See here. Without using register attributes, I am able to identify the sign on without any issues. Without any issues, I am able to identify that. Like this, how you can use the dot dot slash to traversing from your child to your parent. From parent to child, already you know. If it is a direct child, then you can use the single slash. If it is an indirect child means, let me give you more information. It is tr. Its child is td. Its child is anchor tag. For this tr, this anchor tag is a indirect child. It is not a direct child. td is direct child, and this anchor tag is a indirect child. Grandchild. Okay. So grandchild case we need to use the double slash. Direct child you need to use the single slash. Okay. But double slash will work for both direct and indirect. Okay, like this way. And this till now we have done with the 11 syntaxes, and the 12th one more function we are having, last function. By using that we can identify the particular elements, like, see, for example, this country is there. Let me inspect this. I am having so many options in it. Okay, I want to use the last function. So coming to this last syntax, this one is option by using the last. Okay, how we can use the last, you can see here. So in this case we are going to see about this United States is there. Try to click on the inspect. We are having the select and its name tag name is the attribute and its value. You can see here select is the tag name, at the rate name is the attribute equal to its value. Okay, and I want to option. Total how many options are there in this drop down? 264 options are there. I want to locate last element in this. This is my last element, Zimbabwe. So by using last function you can locate the last element in the list. Okay, or you can use last -3 also. From last third element it is going to identify for us. So like this way, these are all the 13 syntaxes. If you understand very well, you can able to locate any element on any application. There is no doubt about it. You can able to locate any element on any application. Now let me go to some other application. Amazon application is there. We will try some more XPaths here. I want to locate these mobiles. How you can do this? What attribute it is having? Name is the anchor tag. Okay, sorry, tag name is the anchor tag and mobiles is the link test we are having. Please remember our syntaxes, how we can write. So by using link text, do we need to use the @? No, because text is not a attribute. See, mobiles is identifying successfully. Similarly, I want to identify this text field. How you can identify this text field? So input is the tag name. It is having ID. Let me try with ID. It is an input tag. Do we need to give @ for ID? Yes, it is an attribute. See, we are able to successfully 1 of 1 is getting. Or I want to identify this text. Can we try? How we can write the XPath for this? Tag name is H2 and this is my link text. So how we can write? In this case I want to use only medicines and more. I don't want to use entire text to identify my element. I want to use only medicines and more. How we can do this? I want to use only medicines and more. Which syntax did you remember? Contains we need to use. //h2 contains text see, text is identifying successfully. So you can play with n number of XPaths. Those 13 syntaxes are very much enough for you. I am assuring you, you can able to locate any element with any complexity. So if you are not able to locate any element, please share me in the chat box. I am going to help you on that. See, upgrade your home, see more, or I want to identify connect with us text. I want to identify similar. Same connect with us text is there. It is a div field. Div text equal to connect with us. You can able to locate any element, no doubt about it. Let me, and also I am going to show you one more XPath. I am searching with Bluetooth speaker. For example, I want to locate the best scenario for assignment I am giving to you all is search with any in Amazon, write all these details into the XPath, write a dynamic XPath write all these details. See, number of pages are there, all these details into Excel. Okay, so then that is the best scenario to locate the particular element. See, I want to locate this first element. How you can locate? You can locate by using, see, tag name is span is there, class is there, so it is not having any values. Here link is there, and this div is there. So let me check one more time, inspect it. This span is containing text normal, and here some more text is there. See, this is the link text we are having. Already you know how to locate the link text. Similarly, you need to write a dynamic XPath to read all these items into the Excel. Okay, you can try that and let me know if you are able to get it or not. Like this way we can work with the XPaths. With these 13 syntaxes, you can locate any element on any application, no doubt about it. Okay, that's all for this video. If you like this video, please like us, share us, encourage us to do more videos and all. Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.